scoop in the international job market is that Italy is issuing more than 82,000 work permits to foreigners in 2023. And only a few countries can apply for it. Well, what does that sound like and what does that seem like? Before you get disheartened about not being from one of the special country lists, might I just tell you that there are many professions that are quota exempt. So as long as you get a job offer in Italy, you can move there. So in today's video, we're going to cover all three aspects of it. We're going to cover the first one, which is the 82,000 work permits that are going to be issued to foreign workers. Also, we're going to cover the professions that are quota exempt. So as long as you're in any of these professions, you're free to move to Italy. And third, how is it that you can find a job in Italy? What are the best resources? I'll give you my top three. So on that note, if Italian pastas and pizzas have been calling out to you, just like they have been calling out to me all this while, this video is for you, so stick around. Alright, so first of all, background change. I'm shooting this video from one of the rooms in my houses. My daughter is down there. I don't know if you can see her little tiny head. I've given her some toys to play to keep her occupied. Don't know how long this video will take because the intro itself took me about 30 minutes to shoot. And if you don't know, my daughter is now 10 months old. It's obviously tough to schedule videos and shoot them whenever I want to. I don't have that flexibility anymore. So I hope you will focus less on the background and more on me and the info today. Alright, so on that note, let me introduce you to the Decreto Flussi. I'm sorry for butchering the pronunciation, but this is the decree that Italy comes up with every year. It comes up with a certain number of work permits that it's going to issue to foreigners of only certain countries. And the number for 2023 is 82,705. Yes, more than 82,000 work permits. Like I said, only a few countries, especially in South Asia and Africa, will be getting to apply for these work permits. I'll pop the list up either on screen or I'll leave it in the description box for you to check out. But yes, only nationals of these countries are able to apply for these work permits as of right now. This list could get updated depending on how and when Italy enters into cooperation agreements with other countries, but as of now, the list is restricted. I do want to mention that I am sorry if your country is not on the list, but don't worry because we still have the quota exempt pathway that you could use. So hang on till we get to that part of the video. We'll talk about that. And if your country is listed on this particular list, then kudos and congratulations, because this makes it less competitive for you. The fact that there are lesser countries and not everybody in the world can apply for this work permit, that makes it less competitive for you and more chances for you. So I would really recommend that you use all the resources that I'm mentioning in this video and go ahead with your job search. Also, my home country is India. That happens to be on the list. So now let's talk about who are the 82,000 people who will be able to migrate. In my head, 82,705 is such a weird number because it's not rounded off. So I was curious how Italy came up with that number. And now let me give you the exact breakdown. So 44,000 of these work permits will go to seasonal workers, especially in agriculture and tourism, because both of these are pretty big in Italy. 30,105 of these work permits will go to people who are working in construction, telecommunications, mechanics, food and shipbuilding. 7,000 are reserved for people who are already on a residence work permit, so to convert that to a work permit. 1,000 of these are reserved for people who've completed their training, education abroad and now want to work in Italy. 500 of these permits are for freelancers, entrepreneurs who want to move to Italy and start a business there. And 100 are for people from Venezuela who have ancestry in Italy, so have had one person in their ancestor who was Italian or of Italian heritage. The applications under this particular pathway can be filed anywhere between March 2023 to December 2023. So as of today, you could really file this permit until December 2023. This really is fastest finger first, so you want to make sure that you apply early on. Try and look for opportunities as soon as you can. Try and interview as soon as you can. These quotas are typically announced anywhere in Jan and Feb of any year. So every given year, say in 2024, 2025, Italy would announce the same quotas and then start looking for jobs almost immediately so that you can benefit your case. It'll probably be mid-June by the time you see it, so we're still not late. The quotas are still up. So try and look for an opportunity that can get you to apply for this work permit. What's amazing about this permit is that you can apply it yourself. You don't need an employer to do it for yourself. So that takes the load away from the employer and makes it easier for them to want to sponsor you. With this, we're complete with the first section of the video where I was introducing the pathway to you. I'm sure you're already like, well, Nidhi, my country or my home country is not on the list. Or what if I want to go the non-quota route? What if the quotas are actually up and I want to go the non-quota route? So there are a few professions that are actually quota exempt. As long as you are in those professions and as long as you're able to find a job, you will not fall under the quota system and you will be good to go. So who comes under this? Well, if you're somebody who's moving in a company transfer, so you got a company transfer and you're moving, or if you're somebody who's highly qualified or working in a shortage occupation, or if you're somebody who's able to get themselves an EU Blue Pass, then you will be able to go to Italy without applying for this permit and quota exempt. exempt. So now that we've discussed the actual pathways, how do we actually get a job in Italy? So I'm going to give you a list of 3 of my favorite websites to start looking for opportunities. These are for foreigners, obviously, in particular. So if you want to look for opportunities, this might be a good start. Now keep in mind, these websites are hosted in Italian, but I use a Mac, and so I have the translate option right there. Whatever you use, please make sure you have a translate option because you want to translate to English. Once you do that, it's pretty simple to follow. So the first website that I'm going to recommend is Adzuna or Adzuna. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Adzuna. As of when I'm shooting this video, there are about 685,000 jobs available. They are in different fields, and there are a bunch of filters onto the left side that you can use. Please make sure that you go ahead and first create your profile, upload your resume, set up your filters, and set up all the alerts that you need to so that you get the jobs in your emails every morning or every afternoon whenever you open it. And there are a lot of jobs that you can actually apply for in a couple of clicks, so that will make your life so much easier. My biggest tip here is don't apply for any of the jobs that will be sponsored or are heavily advertised, because a lot of them have turned out to be scams in the recent past, so I don't want you to fall prey to any of the scams. Just apply to the regular jobs. Go and check if the company exists. Do your own sanitary check. So go and look for the company online, go to their LinkedIn page, find employees there, maybe start connecting with them. These are some of the tips that you can use. Before you get started with your job applications, please make sure that your resume and LinkedIn is up to date and it is of European and global standards. If you're wondering how to do that, I have 2 courses. One is Global Profile Building and one is LinkedIn Masterclass. I've done them very recently and I'll leave the links for them in the description box below for you to follow. If you want to go sign up for those and take some tips from there. Our LinkedIn Masterclass this year had 3 mentors who were all success stories from our last LinkedIn Masterclass. You guys know that we have so many success stories. You are the ones who took a chance on me. You are the one who told me that I would be able to create some kind of an impact. I'm just so grateful for you guys and for the impact that you have created in my life and for the chance that you took on me for taking my courses and for changing your life with it. So thank you so much. But of course, I say this with so much pride and I feel like Mama Bear here because I have these amazing mentors now. So if you want to get the masterclasses, get some tips and tricks, or if you just want to hear the mentors and understand which part of the masterclass really worked for them, then I'll leave the link in the description box. Please go and check it out. And whether you sign up for the masterclasses or not, please make sure that your LinkedIn and resume is of global standard. If you don't do that, there is no point in doing all this hard work because you will only get rejections. Now coming on to my second most favorite website. This is the Lavoro Turismo website. Again, I'm really sorry for butchering the name, but this is one of the best websites for hospitality and tourism roles. And if you are somebody who's looking for those kind of roles, highly recommend that you go and check it out. Do the same things that you would do on any other job website. So create your profile, upload your CV, set up the job alerts so that you get the jobs delivered to your inbox every day or every other day, and you can go in and apply to all the relevant roles. My third most favorite website is Jobs in Milan. A lot of opportunities here as well, and mostly English speaking roles. If the roles are not English speaking, they generally put it in the header itself, so I feel like it helps you save that time, but it doesn't have the wide variety of jobs that we see in the other 2 websites. Apart from this, LinkedIn is also a good source and definitely a platform that you can start your journey with. And on that note, our video about the Krita Flussi has come to an end. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that Meher also enjoyed this video because she's been listening to it all throughout. And Meher, are you going to make job applications in Italy? I think she said yes, and I think that is what you should be doing as well. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel and turn the bell notification on. I promise to see you in my next video. Until then, you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste. In my head, 82705 is such a weird number, and I was curious how Italy came up with that quota. In my head, 82705 was such a weird... In my head, 82705 was such a weird... Now coming on to my second favorite website. This is the Lavoro Turismo website. Again, I'm sorry. Meher, please. She's looking at me. She wants to play. Hey!